SATE recently presented what appears to be an annual event. It's Aphra Behn Emerging Artists Festival of New Plays by Women Playwrights. The name honors the woman playwright who was the first woman writing in English to earn her living with her pen. This year's event featured short pieces by three women. Delaney Piggin's Burden of Proof requires concentration to follow its shifts in time and place. Much of it happens in a car, where three women are driving from their university back to their hometown, where they take part in the trial of their former high school teacher for assaulting them sexually when they were his students. Conversation in the car turns eventually from casual to serious. It alternates with scenes from their testimony at an earlier trial. Director Kristen Strom and her cast work hard to keep it clear, which isn't easy, as the playwright throws in a poetry slam and other pieces that enrich characters and story, but aren't always easy to place. Sophie Merck's Cassie is the youngest and least mature of the three and suffers boyfriend troubles. Maya Kelch's Kay is a little older, a grad student and a teaching assistant, insisting that justice must be done to the man who harmed them and who will harm others. Joan is a senior, serious and troubled by what she remembers as her willing, even eager participation in the relationship. The play needs some trimming and clarifying, but the cast handles it well. J.M. Chambers' Intervals, intelligently directed by Janetta Perkins, is something of a docudrama without much drama, like a Depression-era living newspaper. Three homeless people tell their stories in long and sometimes repetitious monologues. They are mostly the usual stories we've heard or read: dropping out of high school, no savings to cover emergencies, losing a job, living in the car or a homeless shelter, going into the office early to get coffee and to hide their homelessness, though that character also seems to be looking for work, too. Madeline Boyne, Chris Ware, and Vicki Chen did yeoman's work with their monologues, sometimes moving, sometimes too much. V is an amusing bagatelle by E.K. Doolan about three people in a yoga class, unrolling their mats politely or not so politely, directed amusingly by Lana Deverak, played amusingly by Maureen Ball-Smith as a young woman who's become disillusioned by her encounters with creative geniuses and their selfishness, and Ryan Lawson-Maskey and Kelly Howe as the two geniuses, Voltaire, who's putting the make on the young woman, and Kelly Howe as Van Gogh, who is writing letters to his brother Theo. Elizabeth Lund designed lighting for the plays, and Liz Henning the costumes. Thanks to SATE for the showcase. My best wishes to the emerging artists.
Yes, and SATE really does a good job of fostering new work.
Yes, indeed.